Hello, everyone. I am Heather Coster. I am an energy healer, teacher, and coach. And today I would like to talk about Christ consciousness. I believe that God lives in all of us, that awareness, that Christ consciousness, that high vibration of love is part of our creation. It is how we were born into this world. It was with that pure, divine, effervescent, iridescent life force, and it is constantly running through us. And when we can tap into that energy, that is when all of our abundance happens. That's when things align for us and synchronicities happen and things flow for us. Things are easier. The people come into our lives at the perfect time. Even stoplights and parking spots and good things come in the mail, like things we can't control. There's no way we can control it, but those things happen, even much bigger than that, when we live in what I call alignment. When I say alignment, I'm referring to align to God above, earth below, the Christ consciousness within us, mother of creation, aligned to all the high frequency that we were created with. And we each have our own recipe of our frequency, of course. Our own soul has its own desire, our own essence. But with the base, we all have that Christ energy within us, that God energy that's always running through us. But throughout our soul's history, like through our ancestry, we can have blockages, right? Through our bloodlines, through our soul's history. Blockages can also come up in this time. We might choose them through different emotions we choose to hold on to, or maybe different certain circumstances or decisions we make can shift us out of that divine, perfect love all the time. We have choices every single second. Is this aligned for me, or is this not aligned for me? And so today I'd like to talk about how do we know when things are aligned for us? When are things more in alignment with that high vibe God within us? Or are they more of our ego and our consciousness of things pulling us in a way that maybe isn't in the best alignment for us? So we're going to talk about how we can decide through our mind, through our emotions, and through our spirit. And so in our bodies is the third one. In our bodies, we can decide if we go to anything, choose a tea, choose what we're going to eat today, choose what color we're going to wear today. How does it feel in your body? Maybe it's a bigger decision. But when I say, how does it feel in your body? You might notice for me, it's if I'm grabbing towards a certain color, like, ooh, I get excited about that color. Something about that. And I don't always know why or what. Maybe it's something nicer. Maybe it's something more casual. Maybe it's the color itself. Maybe it's the style, whatever it is. If I gravitate towards that or the food, then I'm like, ooh, that feels good. That feels in flow. It feels lighter. Sometimes my mind even kind of like lights up like, oh yeah, that feels good. Or if it's something like, oh, maybe this would be better. And I'm telling myself from a different place, talking myself into it. It's like, it just doesn't feel good. I might even try it on and like, nope, that doesn't work today. So that's how it would feel in my body to make a decision. Sometimes you might feel it in your gut, in your intuition, like you're like, oh, you might get sick to your stomach, like, oh, or a pit, or your heart itself might get heavy. You might just feel tenseness in your shoulders where you're just like, oh, you feel your body tight, like you're forcing it. Those are all ways your body is talking to you, because when we are in flow, things are light and easier, and our body is showing us and letting us feel that flow and excitement. Okay. So the next way can be in our mind. So our mind is always talking to us. Our ego is always talking to us. And a lot of times we'll get in our head and we'll say like, I should do this, or I can't do that, or I have to do that. So watch yourself listening to those words, that self-talk. When it comes from obligation, it may not be serving your highest good. When it comes from obligation, it's a lower vibrating frequency. It's someone else outside of you influencing you to make that decision. It may not be coming from complete alignment. Now, that is very different from maybe a goal you have set or a bigger purpose that you maybe are afraid to do and are procrastinating. That's a little different than, oh, I have to do this today. Then that becomes very heavy. And so be aware if things are becoming more like you have to or you should do. The other way would be to pay attention to in your body, in your mind, and in your emotions is if you feel that it is forced. Now, a little bit like should do, but that internally you are forcing it to happen. Now, we do this all the time when, again, our ego is telling us that we should do it, I guess. But it feels very different than when we're in alignment. So when I'm in alignment, again, it feels in flow, it feels lighter, but the decisions also come easier. So it's like, oh, I'm going to do that. And then it happens, right? That would be in flow. Oh, I'm thinking this thought. I'm going to make this action step. That action step becomes easy. And the next. If I find myself dwelling and really thinking and having to make myself do it, that momentum is lost. And the frequency of that action becomes lower and lower and lower. It's almost like I've almost lost that opportunity of being in flow with it, and I've created a low frequency out of it. So very different there too. So to be in flow is a choice. To live in that Christ energy, that God energy, is a constant choice. It's a constant choice to live out of our heart. And I like to say we are not meant to make decisions from our head, that our head can only gather so much information. There's not enough facts ever for us to make all the best decisions for our highest good from our head. But to make decisions from our heart, our intuition, our alignment, because the God energy is in our heart. That is our creation. And so when we can make aligned choices from our intuition, from our heart, from our inner knowing, maybe it's a prayer, God, help me make this decision. Maybe you call in your angels. Angels, help, show me, right? I actually have another little tip I do, and it comes to me all the time. I don't even realize it, but I have, I guess at the beginning of the year, asked my angels to show me a sign when I'm in alignment. So this is a fun thing to trust and allow this to happen for you. So to trust from a very raw, very pure space in your heart. Angels, show me a sign. And for me, my sign was an owl. And it was New Year's Eve, and where I was near a city, and almost minutes after I asked for this sign, there was an owl outside my hotel room on a lamppost, letting me know it is there. It is making noise, and it was staring at me. And so I can laugh about it now because it was so obvious how much the universe is there to support me. And so now I don't even have to ask. I'll see owls. And at first I didn't believe it. I was like, oh, but is it big enough? But that one's plastic. Is that real? That one's on a sign. That's someone else's owl. It might not be even a real owl. So what is your sign? What is your sign? And maybe you can ask for that to help you kind of decide if you're in alignment also. So that is it for today, my friends. Find God in your heart. Choose love in all of your decisions and practice your discernment on choosing love. Bye.